Hello and welcome to the Charmed Life podcast. This podcast is all about magic, metaphysics, mysticism, and the unconditional love of the universe. And I am your host here. My name is Tricia Carr. I felt inspired to share with you why I even call this Charmed Life. I mentioned it a few times, so if you're a long-time listener, sit back. Maybe I'll say it a little bit differently, or maybe you forgot. At any rate, it is called Charmed Life because the word charm means magic, to be taken by magic. And that's what I believe our birthright is, to have a charmed life, to have a magical life. Now, that's the kind of general reason, but the specific reason is for me when I was having my awakening, and I was in this deep attuning meditation with my spirit guides. And in this meditation, I saw my spirit guide place a clover into my left shoulder and then say, "You have a charmed life." And the way that this "you have a charmed life" came to me wasn't like, oh yeah, everything's easy for you. It was like essentially attuning me to the fact, like an affirmation, I have the birthright to have a magical life, to live life as an alchemist, as a magician, as a mystic, whatever that may mean to me in this incarnation. So that's the deal there. But what's happening with this particular episode, this particular audio, I am bringing to you the seventh in my series of Chakra Magick audios. They are from the videos that I created for YouTube. And so last week we had the third eye, and the week before that I did a succession of the first few, the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, and throat. And those are all up on YouTube, and then they're all here now on the podcast. Just wanted to share them with you guys because I really just fell in love with this series, fell in love with my chakras all over again in a new way. So here we go with the Crown Chakra. I hope you enjoy. The Crown Chakra is the energy center at the top of our energy body and is involved in channeling. It is helping us with our divinity, and it is also helping us with our belief systems and wisdom. So if you want to learn more about the Crown Chakra, stay tuned. Hello, welcome to the Charmed Life YouTube channel. This channel is all about magic, metaphysics, mysticism, and the unconditional love of the universe, and I am Tricia Carr. I'm your host here. Now, this is the seventh in a series about the chakra system, about the energy centers of the personal energy system. Well, that sounds redundant, but that's what it is. The different energy centers in the energy system, in case I didn't say that as clear as mud. At any rate, this series really works well if you go from the root all the way up to the crown, because it is a natural developmental path, the chakra system itself. So here we are with the Crown Chakra. And if you like the content here, then I would love to have you like, subscribe, share, comment, and click the little bell for notifications of when I post more videos. Now, the Crown Chakra is really the summation or the coalescence of all of the energy centers. The Crown Chakra is kind of exhibiting the whole aura. Now, by the way, in case you didn't realize that, the energy centers of the chakras are the composition of your aura, the electromagnetic field, the part of the electromagnetic field that includes your physical body and that is just outside of the physical body. And then even beyond that is a greater extension of your field, which contains so much that we don't even have time for it in this Crown Chakra video, but maybe I'll touch upon it here toward the end. So let's talk about the Crown Chakra. It is associated with the color violet, and sometimes also we see flecks of white in it. You see, violet is the highest vibrating, the fastest frequency in the rainbow system, in the Roy G. Biv system, from red all the way up to violet. Red is a slower vibrating frequency of color, the red ray, and the violet is the highest in that package of those primary colors. Now, of course, we have nuances of colors all between. If we are going between violet and red, where the crown and the root would be working together, then we have shades of like mauve and fuchsia and all of these other really cool colors. And so there are all those nuances in the energy, and you may actually perceive those in the crown, where the crown is actually partnering to help the root, or vice versa. That is what the color has to do with. It has to do with the vibratory frequency. Interestingly, I think it's very interesting, Archangel Sandalphon is associated with, well, many colors like turquoise, but mauve is one of the colors that Archangel Sandalphon is associated with, or mauve if you prefer the more French pronunciation. And Sandalphon to me really is that energy that has to do with both the crown and the root. If we're talking about the partnership between crown and root, which they do often partner together, because that's what transcendence is all about. It's about being fully embodied and also being fully ascended, which I'll talk about here in a moment. Archangel Sandalphon is deeply grounded into the depths of the universe and also highly ascended. And Sandalphon is one who is said to have walked the earth as a man. So I think that it's no coincidence that he's associated with the color mauve, working with both the crown and the root. So its color, like I said, violet, that higher vibratory color, and its location is actually usually experienced at the top of the head, kind of seated on the top of the head. And if it were like a bowl or a sphere, then it would be dipped down into the inside of the head, because it is associated with the physical portion of the body, which is the cerebral cortex. Now, its characteristics, like I said, it really is the summation or coalescence of all of the energy. It's really, in a manner of speaking, it's almost that it's fixed, but it's really not. It's actually highly dynamic if you think about it, because it is showing us all. It is showing us the sum total. From one perspective, you could think of it as fixed because it's doing what everything else is doing. It's basically reflecting the whole energy system. And yet we can work with it in that sort of individuated sense. And this series is all about infusing more magic into your relationship with these specific energy centers. And so, yes, you can infuse more magic and work more magically with your crown chakra. Crown chakra is associated and it vibrates with wisdom. And as it assimilates, it makes sense because it assimilates all of the energies. And so all of the energies coming together to a high point would be wisdom. Now, in order for it to be balanced, then we have to have balance within each of the energy systems and one to another. So that's, again, a way to kind of think of it as fixed, or to think of it as so dynamic, it's kind of paradoxical. But when we are getting close to paradox, we know we are getting close to creation. That's how creation actually manifests. It has to do with the crown chakra, has to do with belief systems in our, sort of practical way of life. Belief systems. Now, that can be the belief systems you have about yourself, or what may come to mind is your belief systems about the universe, or religion, or spirituality, or it could be your belief systems about society. Your crown chakra is, again, the sum total of all of your experiences, and that's usually what beliefs are. You have all of these experiences, and so you sort of coalesce a belief and say, that's what I'm going to kind of put in charge of those experiences, so that as I move forward, I'll understand how to respond. And then we create a whole system of that. Society is this way, so I'll do this. Family is this way, so I'll do this. And we create this matrix of beliefs so that we can have a default way of moving about in the life. Well, if things aren't quite going the way that you would prefer them to, then working with the crown chakra and shifting belief systems, having an intentional practice of reshaping belief systems may be just what the doctor ordered. Your crown chakra is involved with how you relate to higher power, or your view of higher power, your capacity to honor a higher power, or perhaps your resistance to higher power. Now, as I say higher power, to someone who's listening, that may mean God. To someone else, it may mean the universe or nature. Anything along those lines. But higher power can be many things, something that is greater than yourself. So that could be the government. So let's say you're having a hard time with the way the government is functioning. So it's like you're having a toxic relationship with the government. That's a higher power. So it actually seems kind of silly to think, I have a relationship with the government. Of course you do. So if your relationship with the government is uncomfortable, then perhaps you could work with your crown chakra to shift how you are behaving in your relationship with the government. So the higher power can mean many things, more than just like a god or something along those lines. It can be a system or an organization, some kind of entity that is larger than you, something that you can't even begin to control just with your will. So your crown chakra can help you in that kind of relationship as well. Your crown chakra helps you with your divinity identity. Divinity identity. So being a divine identifier does not mean that you don't identify to physical reality, because to be human is to be spiritual, and to be spiritual is to be human, at least for probably the ones who are watching here. I mean, actually, there's probably some cats and dogs watching, but same goes, because, it's spirit becoming a physical instrument. So anyway, your divinity is something that you can work with your crown chakra on, so that you're fully embodying your divinity, and so that your body is able to carry divine light as well. Because sometimes we are, we're walking about in this planet, and maybe you are what the Law of One, raw material, calls a wanderer. So you're a way shower. Probably are, if you're watching this channel. You are someone who has dispatched into this incarnation to be a help, to be a guide, to be a healer. And they're called wanderers we're called wanderers, I should say, because we've already done the karmic work of being in this kind of an incarnation. So we are here really to help others. And it's not really our own karma in a grander sense that we are here working on. We're here to be a support and a guide. Now your crown chakra can help you with that kind of divine identity. It could be that kind of divine identity, or it could be just anywhere on that transcendent path. And so that brings me to the quality of transcendence. Your crown chakra helps you with transcendence. Now, this can be that grander, more metaphysical transcendence of having the perspective of being a spirit creating a physical incarnation. But it can also just be transcendence in a more specific situation. Let's say in a relationship, if you're having difficulty in one specific relationship and you can't control the other person, kind of like that higher power consideration, of course, but you can manage who you are in the situation, in the relationship. What then is being called for is transcendence, so that you aren't held down by the situation. Working with your crown is working with your whole energy system. And so that is how you could actually transcend it, because your whole energy system, all of your chakras, all parts of your being will be able to release, allow, and heal as it concerns that particular relationship. Now, transcendence is an interesting perspective. Recently, I was reading a book, and then I just received a download. I channeled this concept about transcendence, which may seem pretty simple to some of you, but to me it was pretty epiphanic at the time. And that is, we tend to think of transcendence as sort of like floating away. Woohoo, I don't have to be here anymore. I'm leaving. I'm not here. I'm leaving. It's like an ascendance. I'm leaving this abyss. And in fact, you're being more here. You're being more present. And so you give yourself more to the incarnation, or you give yourself more to the relationship, and whatever that means, to find out then what the divine and transcendent way to move forward is. That's what transcendence is. It's not leaving, it's being more present. And your crown chakra will help you with that, because as it is a coalescence of all of your energy, crown chakra will help you to see you're in this relationship for good reasons that your energy selected to learn, to grow, to help, to support, whatever it may be. But there are higher reasons, higher powers, higher powered reasons that you are in this relationship or in this incarnation. And that's what crown chakra will align you with. As the crown chakra is the center for your wisdom, remembering that wisdom is both physical and metaphysical. So it requires the awakened perspective. What I mean by physical and metaphysical is that, sure, there is maybe there's a difficult situation happening in this third dimension. Well, in order to really gain true wisdom about it, we need to see all of the perspectives of the third dimension and then ascend to the fourth density, fifth, and beyond. That's where the metaphysical is. And so we get more into the creative, more into the intuitive, more into the higher perspective of the universe or God. And then we also get down into the grounded perspective of the individuals, of the ways that we can actually create real change. Once again, that's wisdom, and that is transcendence, and that is the job of the crown chakra. The way that we can work with the crown chakra to attune it, to tune up the energy, some would say open or expand the crown chakra, but the way basically is to dial it in, attune it. Well, some of the ways, of course, would be meditation. And that can be the mindfulness meditation, that can be the guided visualization meditation, and which is actually a kind of hypnosis, by the way. However, meditation will just help you to release any of the debris and the distortion and bring you into that presence, because crown chakra is only here and now. Your energy is only ever truly in its highest truth here and now. So it will connect you with that higher truth, that higher presence, the higher power. Another way to deeply attune and tune into the crown chakra is by using frequencies like toning and to where you are really saturating your whole energy with it. And that can be toning with the voice, that can be toning with singing bowls, something along the lines where you actually are bringing those tones deeply into your energy. So even if you're all by yourself and you're just using your voice to that's the holy Om. When it's pronounced on its own, it's usually Aum. And just taking in a divine breath and toning that as long as the breath sustains it. When you do that, and if you did that with me, or if you just kind of let that penetrate your energy, the focus is so profound that it really brings you present. So I hope that you enjoyed that, or maybe rewind it and see if you can tone along with it, or just do it on your own. Press pause and see if you can do it on your own. So toning or singing bowls or tuning forks can be really, really wonderful. And of course, listening to certain frequencies, binaural beats, even monaural beats can be really powerful. And one of my favorite is chant, or chanting with decrees. See, I love to use decrees because they are they are placing the order with the universe. So a decree is basically making a statement and claiming at the same time. And that's really powerful when you use an I am with it, because the I am frequency is your creator frequency. So it is calling, it is using basically God's name. I have another video talking about blaspheming by misusing your I am in a statement, like saying, I'm dumb. That's actually a kind of blasphemy, because you are divine. And so when you are using the I am as God's name in the Torah, the Old Testament, the Bible says, my name is I am that I am. My I am is the God frequency that I was given, the creator frequency that I get to manage. So when we claim, we use it positively, we use it in a holistic or holy sense, then we are claiming those divine rights of the universe. So I'm going to end this video by doing a sequence of decrees. And just to give you a little backstory, this decree that I'm going to share with you, I actually channeled when Crystal Ann Compton, my partner in Light Shine Academy, when we were doing the Channeling Intensive. Channeling Intensive is a multi-week program that teaches and coaches one how to open their channeling abilities. And so this kind of channeling decree, to be able to do this in repetition, it is activating that total focus of vibration, and it opens the crown. And the crown, like I said, is also the center of channeling. It is the connection to be able to channel, because channeling utilizes the whole energy body. And so this decree, when really, if you use your voice and in a very focused way and for a certain succession, can really open you up, bring you present and open you up to your divinity, and allow divinity to step in more fully. So I'm going to end with a succession of these, of this decree, a succession of 11, which is actually not that many. So if you are privy, you can do it with me. It's very simple, and you could rewind it and do it later, but you'll catch on really quickly to it. So I'm going to end the video this way. So right now, I will say thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for tuning in. I love you, whoever you are. And please do like, subscribe, share, comment, and click the little bell for notifications. And so let us begin. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light. I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, a channel of light.